All right, so you ready to dive into some passive income ideas?
Always.
Yeah.
Especially ones that'll supposedly be making waves in 2025.
Right, that's what caught my eye too. We're looking at this YouTube video, Top 5 Passive Income Business Ideas for 2025. It's from Young Entrepreneurs Forum.
Okay, yeah,
All
I've
right.
seen that channel. They've got some good stuff.
Yeah, definitely worth a look. And some of these ideas, well, they're not exactly brand new.
Yeah, a few classics in there.
Yeah.
But they always have a little twist, right? You got to stay ahead of the curve.
That's it. That's it. So, before we get too deep into it, let's just get on the same page. When we say passive income,
We're not talking about, like, winning the lottery.
exactly, no magic money tree.
You're still going to have to put in the work, especially at the beginning.
Right. It's not like you set it and forget it completely.
More like, you got to plant the seed, you got to water it.
Tend to it, help it grow.
Exactly. But eventually, it starts to bear fruit on its own.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Okay, so first up on the list, and this one's a bit of a familiar face, real estate rental income.
Ah, good old real estate. Been a popular one for what seems like forever.
Forever. But how do we make it work in 2025? Like, what's going to make it stand out?
Well, it all comes down to choosing the right property. It's got to be strategic.
Okay, so not just any old apartment building.
Nope. You really got to analyze the trends. Find those up-and-coming neighborhoods. The ones where everyone's going to want to live in a few years.
So almost like you got to be a real estate detective.
A little bit, yeah. Look for the clues, High rental demand, good growth projections.
Got it. So research is key.
Hmm.
Any tools or resources that can help with that?
Oh, tons.
Yeah.
Online platforms that give you data on, like, rental yields, vacancy rates.
Okay, that makes sense. The more info you have, the better decisions you can make.
Exactly. Knowledge is power in real estate, for sure.
Makes sense. Okay, so next on the list, this one's always intrigued me, dividend stocks.
Yeah, those are solid.
They are, but I got to be honest, the whole stock market thing, it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes.
It can seem that way, but dividend stocks, they're like getting paid to be a part owner of a company.
Okay, that sounds less intimidating already. So how does that work exactly?
Well, when you invest in a company that pays dividends, you basically get a share of their profits.
Oh, I see. And it happens regularly.
Yeah, usually quarterly.
Hmm.
But the trick is you got to pick the right companies.
Right.
Ones that are doing well and have a history of paying out consistently.
So you're not just chasing any company that offers dividends.
Right. It's like picking a teammate. You want someone who's reliable, contributes to the team.
Consistent. So
Really-
it's going to pull their weight.
Exactly. And in this case, that means sharing the profits.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. This next one's definitely a bit more techie, peer-to-peer lending.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Cutting out the middleman, so to speak.
So no more stuffy banks.
Not necessarily. But with peer-to-peer lending, you're dealing directly with borrowers. Platforms like Lending Club, Prosper, that kind of thing.
And what's the advantage there?
Well, you can potentially get much higher interest rates compared to, say, a savings account.
Ooh, higher returns. But there's got to be some risk involved, right?
Of course, there's always risk. You got to be smart about it.
No.
Diversify your portfolio so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Right, spread it out. Makes sense.
And definitely do your homework. Check borrower profiles, credit scores.
Do your due diligence.
Exactly, because in this scenario, you're basically the bank.
Right. So, got to be extra careful. Okay, let's move on to one that's all over the online world, affiliate marketing. You mentioned bloggers earlier, but can you really make a good living just from affiliate links?
I mean, it's possible some people build their entire businesses around it, but it usually works best when it's combined with other income streams. Like if you've got a blog, you could have ads, sponsored posts.
It's like an extra boost.
Yeah, think of it as adding another lane to a highway. More traffic can flow through.
Okay, that makes sense. It's all about building a solid foundation.
Exactly.
And speaking of solid foundations, the last one on our list is all about creating and selling digital products. This one feels like it has a lot of potential. Like anyone who's good at something could create a product.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really opened things up. Ebooks, online courses, templates.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those. There's
Mhm.
like stock photos, software plugins.
It's really anything that can be delivered digitally. And the platforms, they've made it so much easier. Gumroad, Udemy,
It's like if you've got a skill, you can share it with the world.
and get paid for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So we've covered a lot here, from real estate, which is pretty traditional, all the way to digital products,
Yeah.
which is like super cutting edge. If someone's listening to this and they're thinking, okay, I want to get started with passive income, what's the best advice you can give them?
I'd say the first thing is Figure out what you're good at. What are your strengths? What are you passionate about?
Right, what gets you excited?
Exactly. Then do your research. Figure out what's working for others in that area. And don't be afraid to try different things, experiment a bit.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to adapt, right? Things change so fast these days.
All the time. So, yeah, be flexible, be willing to learn and adjust. The landscape of passive income is always evolving.
Love that. So for everyone listening, what really stood out to you today? What got you thinking? Which one of these ideas maybe fits your life, your goals? Maybe you love teaching and could make online courses, or maybe you're a design whiz and could create digital assets. Whatever it is, the possibilities are, well, kind of endless. As long as you're willing to put in the work and, use your imagination a little.
That's the key. Don't limit yourself.
Exactly. All right, that's it for our deep talk today. Until next time.
See ya.